Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in today's video I will be discussing what I thought of the latest Marvel outing, that is the very fun, very good film Black Widow. I just got back from watching it. I finally had a chance to watch it. The past couple days I got back from my trip and I was doing a bunch of errands, and I was also playing catch up on a lot of my TV shows. I think you saw those reviews pop up over the past 2 days. I was catching up on shows like Star Wars The Bad Batch, Evil, the season finale of Clarice, and now I can finally sit down and tell you I've seen Black Widow and I really liked it. And I'm here to tell you what I thought of it. But before I do, of course, please be warned, like most of my film reviews, this is a spoiler-filled film review. So if you have not seen Black Widow and you fully plan to, you do not want to keep watching or listening to this video, as I will be discussing big spoilers. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. Very good film. It made me kind of want to rewatch Captain America: The Winter Soldier, one of my favorite Marvel films, because that one was so good too. And that film, much like Black Widow, I thought was a great, perfect blend of a spy espionage thriller blended well with the superhero genre. And I felt that about Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and it's how I feel about Black Widow. And Black Widow had some great twists and turns. You know, for a second there, I really did think her adoptive mom did give her up to Dreykov and the other bad guys. But then it's like, oh, never mind. This was planned from the beginning. Even the whole weird pheromone defense thing, which seemed odd to me. But okay, I guess that's what works. I mean, it worked for me. I mean, I had no complaints. So, I thoroughly enjoyed the film. I think my favorite part probably was the prison breakout scene when they broke Red Guardian out of jail, because it was hilarious watching him just strong-arm every guy one after another, including that giant of a man. And I thought, this guy has got to be a super soldier. And sure enough, that's exactly what he was. So no surprise there, because earlier in the film, the opening scene, we see him throw a metal cart or trailer up like it's nothing. I like that this movie filled in a lot of gaps for Black Widow's tragic backstory, and going back to other plot lines that were established in, like, the first two Avenger films. Like, they reminded us about the horrific sterilization procedure that all the widows undergo before they become assassins, which they sterilize them. It happened to Natasha, and unfortunately her sister, Yelena, who was an absolute delight in this film. That character and that actress, Florence Pugh, was amazing. She should get Best Supporting Actress for that, because she was awesome in that role. She was funny, she was witty, she was sarcastic, and I really cracked up at the whole poser conversation they had with one another, how she called her out on her, like, doing some weird pose every time she did superhero landing. That was just hilarious to me. In fact, the audience was quite receptive too. It was nice to be in a full house in a movie theater once again, and everybody seemed to enjoy the film quite thoroughly. I also loved how they provided some clarification on the throwback all the way to the first Avengers film, when Loki is the first one to say the term Dreykov's daughter. This movie, pretty much one of its plot points was around Dreykov's daughter. We finally got to see what that was in reference to. We knew it was something shady. It's something Widow had done in her past before she joined S.H.I.E.L.D., something she clearly was not proud of and felt very bad about. We finally got to see what that was. And then I kind of suspected this was a possibility, because I didn't know who else it could possibly be, but they confirmed it by revealing Taskmaster was indeed Dreykov's daughter, now also a mind control assassin. So that was cool. I wasn't too disappointed or bummed out with the Taskmaster reveal. Before I saw the movie, I saw some spoiler-free thoughts about how people were bummed out about the Taskmaster thing. Okay, I don't really know the comics or the character that well, so I didn't really care. Unfortunately, parts of the film I was a bit distracted because I had this unbelievable neck pain that was nagging away at me for a good chunk of the film, and I was just kind of taken out of it. Like, I was still watching and paying attention, but like the funny dinner scene moments, I was laughing, but I couldn't really laugh because my neck was just hurting me, and still hurting me right now. But it did not keep me from enjoying the film. I enjoyed it very much. I really liked how they filled in a bunch of gaps with Natasha's storyline, and they showed how she was able to get a real sense of closure prior to the events of both Infinity War and Endgame. So she died with a pretty fulfilling life, I like to think, still makes me sad to think about what happened to her in Endgame, but that post-credit scene where not only did they reveal, because I was hoping, oh, shouldn't her family know what happened to her? And sure enough, that's whose grave Yelena was visiting with her dog towards the end there. And then, of course, Louise-Dreyfus's character shows up from Falcon and Winter Soldier, and of course Yelena is working for her, or is about to be. And of course, Valentina, gives us a half-truth answer, which was that Hawkeye was the one responsible for Widow's death, which is a half-truth at best, even though it was a willing sacrifice. But Yelena probably doesn't know that, and Valentina may not know that, or she might know that. She strikes me as a pretty powerful lady. The other thing I liked about that post-credit scene was that Red Guardian may have missed out on his chance to fight Captain America, because his fictional rivalry with him was pretty funny throughout the film, a good running gag. But the thing that got me excited is now that they've included Valentina is working with Yelena, or Yelena is working with her, it's like, could Red Guardian appear and have a face-off or confrontation with U.S. Agent, Captain America 2.0, so to speak? Because that would be an interesting fight to see. Both are super soldiers, and both are kind of out of control. Well, U.S. Agent was more out of control, Red Guardian not as much. But that would be a pretty fun or possible fight I think we could see in the future. I certainly hope they bring back both Melina and Red Guardian, other MCU films. I don't know where they could use them or where they could go, but I would love to see both of them. Both actors, all the actors did an outstanding job in this movie, but those two especially were excellent supporting characters and wonderful parental figures for Natasha and her adoptive sister. So well done, Marvel. You did the solid basic formula of a well blend of good storytelling, humor, and action. And hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my attitude. So that was a lot of fun. Thanks a lot, everybody, for making this movie fun. And I'm so glad that it's such a hit at the box office, too. Feels good to be back at the movies again. Well, guys, that's my review for Black Widow. I hope you enjoyed this movie as much as I did. Did you have any favorite standout scenes or characters in the film? Let me know down below in the comments section. Would love to hear from you. Black Widow is now playing in theaters and on Disney+, I believe with the Premier Access option, which means for the first month or so you got to pay an additional $30. So I say save your money and go see it in theaters where it would be way cheaper. Plus, it's fun to see stuff like this on the big screen. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have an awesome rest of your weekend if I don't see you. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.